Welcome to 100 Yards of Football. It's our game preview. The Dallas Cowboys taking on the Seattle Seahawks in that NFL game preview. We're brought to you by the Dallas Weekly, the the number one black publication in the Dallas metro area. Apologize for that today. So if you like the video, please come in and share it. I'm your host, Vincent Turner. And joining me is a 12-year veteran, played with the Atlanta Falcons, first round draft selection of the Atlanta Falcons in the 1981 draft, two-time All-American at Florida State University, Mr. Bobby Butler. So, if you like the video, please come in and share it here on Dallas Weekly. So, Brother Butler, you're going to break down the Seattle Seahawks. And boy, they are red hot and got the best quarterback in the game right now. He's playing lights out after the first 2 weeks in the league.
Well, I tell you what, this is going to be a very intriguing game, right? Because I'm looking at it, Vincent, kind of two ways. Right now, we can always say who's hot, who's not, right? And, you know, the Dallas Cowboys has got all the toys. They got it covered on paper, right? And guys who've had a great history. And so it's going to be a matter of time before they get it all together. It's like last week, you know, they came back in that game. They played a great second half. The first half, I didn't even know who that was, to be honest with you. But they came back and played a great second half, and we saw the epic comeback, how they beat the Falcons in Dallas. But for them to beat this Seattle Seahawks team, they're going to have to play all four quarters. And, you know, it's just a matter of time. We saw Dallas play the first week rusty, right? We saw they played the first half last week rusty. Second half, their offense got rolling. And so maybe, you know, they're getting there. Maybe they're getting there. But just based on what we've seen, you know, Russell Wilson, what can we say? I mean, the first week he played against Matt Ryan. He won. Second week he played Cam Newton. He won. He's got Dak this weekend. And so we're going to see how that goes. But he is playing lights out right now. I mean, he's leading all quarterbacks with 9 TD passes. He's got 140% passer rating. I mean, he's lights out. He's thrown one interception, and that interception really wasn't even his fault, right? He has not had a multiple interception game in the last 2 years, Vincent. He throws the best deep ball. They always talk about his deep ball, and I'm seeing him throw these balls. He's got a big receiver out there. And they're coming up with balls all the time downfield. He's got that Midas touch on his deep ball passing, right? All right. He's off to a great start. Right now, if we had to pick the league MVP, it will be Russell Wilson right now. All right. But the Cowboys can avoid some of the unforced errors that they've been making early. This can be a real intriguing game. To be honest with you, I want to see it come together for Dallas because I want to see these two teams go head to head. I want to see these quarterbacks battle. But Dallas has got to, you know, come out ready to play. They got to come out ready to go like they did in the second half last week. All right. So here's the deal. Neither defenses are playing this game well. Neither defense are playing well right now. All right. Now, but against this defense that Russell Wilson is going to play against, he should find a way to get the Seahawks to win. Because I'm just telling you, they're going to have to show up. They're going to have to show up, right? And like I say, both defenses are not playing well, but the way Russell Wilson is playing right now, I just don't see him not losing this quarterback battle. There's no one in the league playing like him, even the two phenoms, Vincent. The two phenoms, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, they're not playing on the level of Russell Wilson. So, and with both defenses not playing well, I'm going to just choose the Seahawks to win this 7-on-7 competition. Because right now, that's what it looks like, bro. A 7-on-7 competition. and I got them winning it. And I'm going to be honest with you, I like to see, I think Seattle's going to win this game 35-28. But I'm going to say this. Concerning the Dallas Cowboys, if they put it together for 4 quarters, this is going to be a very interesting game. It's going to be a very interesting game because still the Dallas Cowboys offense is one of the best offenses in the league thus far the first 2 weeks. Both offenses are clicking. They're averaging over 475 yards per game, the Cowboys. They're fifth in yards per play with 6.3 yards per play and eighth in points. So, it's going to be a very interesting thing. Now, on defense for the Seahawks, Bobby Wagner is the best linebacker in pro football. If he can slow Zeke down, that's going to be another factor because Zeke is playing well right now. In the first two games, Zeke is playing extremely well, but I like to see him and Bobby Wagner match up and see how they go. But like I say, I'm still taking Russell Wilson in this 7-on-7 competition.
If you like the video, please comment and share it. I'm going to say this plain and sweet. To all the Dallas Weekly fans out there that bags Cowboy Nation, I'm going to go to last week's game. Last week's game, I was very proud of this football team and the young man from Mississippi State, Dak Prescott. Think about this. The Cowboys withstood 4 fumbles, withstood 2 failed fourth down tries, trailed 29-10 at halftime, 39-24 with 5 minutes left in the football game. But that young man out of Mississippi State proved to me that he needs to be mentioned in the same level of all them great quarterbacks you just said. So when you throw for 450 yards, you score 3 touchdowns, and you miss both of your starting tackles, then look at how the game folded. Hey, man, Dak Prescott came of age last week. My other point, I hope we can stop this nonsense. Everybody keep talking about Todd Gurley, Saquon Barkley, even Nick Chubb being the best running back in the game. But what I saw last week, as I've been saying since this young man came in from St. Louis, Missouri, from the Ohio State, Ezekiel Elliott is the best back in the game. Some of the runs he made last week, running over linebackers and running over safeties, proved to me he got some hard yards, had over 100 yards, all-purpose yard. That's why he's the best back in the league. And can we put the rest, who's the best receiver coming out of the 2020 draft? I remember, I ain't calling no names out here right now on Dallas Weekly, but a gentleman sitting right across from me was with another gentleman. He going to be watching the video today. I ain't going to put his name out there. Henry Ruggs. He the best receiver in the draft. Jerry Jeudy, best receiver in the draft. But can we all say that C.D. Lamb might be up for votes for Rookie of the Year after his performance last week? 6 receptions, 106 yards. So that's why the Cowboys offense is going to be one of the top 5 in the league. Now I'm going to move to Sunday's game. I keep it short and sweet. It's going to be a game, quarterback against quarterback, national television, 4 o'clock game. I'm going to be off work at time. I'm going to be at Buffalo Wild Wings. I'm going to see both of the best quarterbacks play. Dak Prescott got something to prove because Russell Wilson right now is balling. So there's no question about it. Seattle ranked 30th in total defense. Dallas 25th. Both defenses are struggling right now. But the key to this game, I'm going to start with the Dallas Cowboys. I told you the strength of their team in preseason. I told you the strength last week. It's the D-line. Everson Griffin, DeMarcus Lawrence, my man from the 901, Tatario Poe, and the other gentleman, Alton Smith, has to get pressure on Russell Wilson and control him in the pocket. If they do that, then I think the Cowboys are going to be a little bit better defensively. Last week, the Cowboys had 72 snaps on defense, only 1 sack and 4 tackles for losses. If you have that type of stats, it's going to be a long day versus Russell Wilson. But however, let's move to the offensive side of the ball. Everybody was so really hyped on Jamal Adams' play last week in the Sunday night win over New England. You just brought up Brother Butler, Bobby Wagner is the best linebacker in the game. But the last time I checked, the Cowboys put up 40 points last week and 570 yards. And like you always say, Mr. Delray Beach, 2-time All-American out of Florida State University, 12-year vet that played this game at the highest level. You say data don't lie. Seattle ranked 30th in defense, and Cam Newton had 373 against them. And Julian Edelman had a career night. Now think about this. I'm looking at Julian Edelman, Cam Newton. Then I'm looking at Dak Prescott, 450 yards. Amari Cooper last week, over 100 against Atlanta. C.D. Lamb in the slot, over 100 against Atlanta last week. Michael Gallup had 68 yards. And then Ezekiel Elliott over, I think 130 yards, all-purpose yards in the game. To me, it's plain and simple. The D-line of Dallas being able to control Russell Wilson and help the back seven of the Cowboys. I'm not going to say they're going to slow him down, but control him. And then turning the ball over to the offense because Tyron Smith is coming back. Tyron Smith, USC going to be in the house. So that means the offensive line might be a little better this week because there's no defense getting ready to stop. I'm going to give the Dallas Cowboy offense a name. I'm going to call them the Blue Magic Machine. That's what I'm going to call them this year. Because way I look at it, it's going to be a high-scoring game. But the Cowboys D-line can control Russell Wilson. The Cowboy offense is going to roll. And don't think that Dak Prescott, he showed me some last week, and he's motivated. That team was down 20-0 in the end of the first quarter, 4 fumbles in the first 11 snaps, 2 failed fourth down conversions. And the way everybody was blasting that young man in the offseason, you would have think he would have went in the tank. They were down 29-10 at halftime. But what happens? Last time I checked, look at the scoreboard, Dallas 40, Atlanta 39, Dak 450 yards. And he know Russell Wilson is playing well. He know they on national television. So you got to know, it's Dak Prescott time. So that being said, Cowboy Nation, as I always say, it's time to rise up if you're a Cowboys fan out there, baby. And like the great Marvin Gaye, the poet out of Washington, D.C. by Motown, let's get it on.